So how much money can you get if you've been involved in a truck accident in Fort Worth, Texas? The short answer is it depends on some factors, and I want to go over those with you. Now, the main factor is how hurt are you? That story, that answer is going to be told through your medical records. So somebody that's hurt worse, that has to go through a surgery, is typically going to get more money than somebody that recovered in a short amount of time without the need for surgical intervention. So the amount and the type and the intrusiveness of this medical care that a truck accident victim has to have is the main determinant in the value of your case. Now, there's many others. I want to go over some of those. Did you miss work? Okay, some people miss work and they can't work for 2 or 3 years, maybe not the rest of their life. The amount of lost wages in the past and in the future is a big component in these truck accident cases. So if you missed work and that work and destroyed your ability to make a living, there's other factors such as where was the truck wreck? There's some venues or some locations that the cases are worth more. Why? Because the particular juries in that particular location, that county, might give more money than a more conservative venue somewhere else. So the location, sometimes the judge makes a difference, sometimes the opposing counsel. A lot of times we're dealing with limits issues. Trucks have larger limits. The federal law is interstate commerce trucks that cross state lines have to have at least $750,000 in damages. Most of them have more. Most of the minimum policies start at $1 million and go up. Some of them have so much money we can't even calculate they have it. Does that affect the value? Well, it definitely affects the ability to recover. If a company only has $750,000 and they have no assets beyond that, then that's the most you can recover, even if your damages exceed the $750,000. So it's always nice to see the higher value policies or the umbrella, the second layer policies, because that allows our clients to get fully compensated without having to worry about some sort of cap on insurance. So when you're looking at value, the number one deal is the extent of your injuries. Another minor one I like to go over is who do you hire as your lawyer? Well, that's assuming you hire a lawyer. If you try to handle this case on your own, especially a trucking case, it's super complicated. Insurance companies fight these very hard. Then they're going to lowball you. You're not going to have the ability to challenge them. You can't go try the case in front of a jury if you're a non-lawyer. So you're never going to get the top dollar. So the value of your case, the value might be high, but the settlement offer is going to be low. If you go out there and hire a good lawyer that's experienced in trucking litigation, you're going to get more money. They're going to know what to do to investigate the case, to get the right sort of experts, to get the case positioned, to convince the insurance company to pay a fair settlement value, or if the case can't be resolved by settlement in a jury, they're going to have the right kind of presentation. This is if you hire a good lawyer to get this case positioned for that jury to award you a fair amount for your injuries. So there's a lot of factors, the number one being the amount and extent of your injuries, but there's a lot of factors that go into it. There's no grid, there's no book to look at. Like I was in a truck wreck in Tarrant County, Texas, and I had a sore back and I went to the doctor 12 times. This case is worth X amount. There is no grid, there is no book. This is all depending upon a lot of factors. A very good trucking lawyer can evaluate this and give you a range of what your case is once they know all the relevant facts. Another thing that we look at is the conduct of the defendant. Sometimes it's just a mere accident that they were following too close, they ran into you, and yeah, that's a fault, but it's nothing to get the jury excited about. Other times we have a convicted felon behind the wheel that's a child molester, maybe had 17 wrecks, maybe they're drinking on the job. There's some aggravating factor that goes before the jury that can affect the value of the case. And so every trucking case we get, we do an extensive background check on the driver, and you would be amazed at the number of times we find something. More often than not, we find something that we can use that's bad, and we don't even understand why the trucking company hired this person in the first place, because of their driving record or because of something about their conduct in the past. They shouldn't be behind the wheel, trusted with this multi-ton vehicle going down the road at 80 miles an hour. So we look for things to enhance the value of the case. So the overall presentation absolutely does matter. As you can see, there's a lot of factors that go into evaluating these cases. And as a board certified injury lawyer, I'm used to looking at cases, hearing all the facts, doing my research, learning about the case, and then giving a value to the case. If you have a question regarding the value of your truck accident case, give us a call. We'll give you our professional advice as to the value of your case and give you a plan of action on how we can go about using the resources that we have to investigate, prosecute this case, and get you that value.